Hey, thanks for tuning in. Do you know who Banksy is? Have you ever heard of Banksy? He's one of my favorite artists, and if you've never heard of him, look it up, Wikipedia or Google him. Fascinating story because it's so hard to really keep secrets and anonymity in our current culture. But this guy's actually remained anonymous. A lot of people have guesses of who he is, but just this incredible artist, and he pops up with art installations all over the world. This stuff will just show up out in public, and people have even torn down the brick walls that his stuff was painted on just so they could have it, try to sell it. So some fascinating stuff. But he just did one this week, and you can see it on my Facebook or Instagram personal page. And it's this picture of a kid playing with all his superhero dolls, Batman, Spider-Man, and he picks up one and it's a nurse. And just this really cool kind of picture in honor of nurses being superheroes, because in case you didn't know, well, we already are appreciating nurses and teachers for all that they do and all the ways they've adjusted and been on the front lines during this pandemic. But especially this week, as we celebrate Nurse Appreciation Week, Teacher Appreciation Week, and soon Mother's Day. And in some cases, it's the same person doing all those jobs. But we get to celebrate all those people. I think we should celebrate them all year long, but let's at least give them a shout out this week. And I just want you to know, if you're a nurse, if you're a teacher, or if you're a mom, I just want you to know this: you are reflecting the image of God. You reflect so much of who God is and what he's about. As you study the life of Jesus, you see he's actually a teacher. One of the biggest things he did was teach people of all ages. I love that about him. The other thing is he was a healer. He cared for people's physical ailments, and he healed them, and he took care of them. And same with being a mom. For moms and dads both, each one reflects different aspects of who God is, of his character. And I think that's one of the most beautiful depictions of God anywhere in the Bible, is as our heavenly parent, and that God loves us as a father. And so here our moms and dads get to help reflect that to other people. Now, in case you're not a nurse or a teacher or mom, here's what I want you to know: you are meant to reflect God's image too, in the same ways. Listen, regardless of your current job status or relationship status or family status, you are meant to reflect God's image too. I got just one verse for you, and it's one of the first ones I memorized, and I'll be honest, I use it a lot. I was during my software developer career, I used to commute an hour each way in Chicago traffic to go into my job in a cubicle and deal with bosses and do all that kind of stuff. The verse that helped me just kind of every day as I went into that job, and there are days I really liked it, and certain seasons of it were super hard, but I kept coming back to one verse helped me all the time through that, and all the time through being a dad, which I still am, a parent, but even through all the toddler years and baby years and everything. And here it is. It's worth memorizing, all right, or writing down somewhere if you've never seen it. It's Colossians 3:23. All right, so check it out. Colossians 3:23 goes like this. You ready? Nurses, teachers, moms, and everybody else. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if working for the Lord, not for human masters, because you know that you will receive an inheritance as a reward. It is the Lord Christ that you are serving. You know what that means? It means know who your boss is, your real boss. You ever seen that funny bumper sticker that says, "My boss is a Jewish carpenter"? I've kind of laughed at that at times. That's a little cheesy, but it's right on. So I take back anything I've said. I mean, that's right on, right? It's about knowing who our real boss is. And you know what this means too, that if whatever I'm doing, I'm meant to be doing it for God. It means that wherever you work, it is sacred space. It's a sacred place because you're there. And you help bring the image of God there, and he has work to be done there, and so you are called to do that. And so both at work and at home and whatever your role is, we're meant to know who our real boss is, what our real calling is. By the way, that helps us avoid burnout. When I feel like I'm working maybe just for a boss who maybe don't like that much, like, why am I earning this other company money? When I know what I'm doing is serving God, helps avoid burnout, helps keep us passionate about our job. I like to think of it this way: helps us move toward living for our work instead of just working for a living. as we learn to see our work as this important part of our life, even our spiritual life. So use the gifts he gave you, the wiring that he's given you. I think of the nurses and teachers that I know that just do their job so passionately. Doesn't mean it's not hard. There aren't days they struggle and even want to give up. But I see how they do it. I have friends that are nurses and teachers, and they do it with so much joy and passion and this heart. And they're living out exactly what God is calling them to do like that. I also know a lot of chefs, mechanics, salespeople, people working from home and offices and factories and all sorts of places, and they do their job with a sense of purpose, joy, passion. They know who their real boss is and what their real calling is. And same with moms. I see moms who understand, and dads, but we'll talk about moms this week, that they see what a high calling God has in their life to be a mom, whether through babies, toddlers, teenagers, adult children, and everything in between. So that's my encouragement for you. If you want to read more on this, by the way, one of my favorite books on connecting our work with our faith, it really helped totally change my understanding. It's called Garden City. So check it out, John Mark Comer. It's actually kind of an easy, fun read, but really deep, insightful stuff. So check it out. And I'll leave you with words of Jesus. He echoes Colossians 3:23 like this. And so this is my call to you, nurses and teachers and moms and everyone else, is Jesus said this, Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others so that they may see all of your good deeds and then glorify God in heaven because of it." Thanks for what you do. Keep it up. People see it, and they're going to see God in you.